You have reached European Citizens Ask, a podcast by the European Committee of the Regions. Please leave a message after the tone.
Hello, I'm Alžběta and I come from the Košice region in Slovakia. I just got my driver's license and now my family and I are considering buying a new car. I'm very happy about this purchase, but it also makes me feel conflicted. I know cars have a strong impact on pollution and climate change, but at the same time I need to move around by car because I live in the countryside where there's very little public transport. I also see the bigger picture and realize that making the whole car sector more ecological will take time and have a big impact, especially for regions like mine, where a lot of people work in this domain. With all these implications, what is the right way forward?
Yes, thank you, Alžběta, for this question. I think this is not only a question of you, it's a question of millions of other European people, because we have a change in the automotive sector at the moment. We have different possibilities to drive a car in big cities or in rural areas. And so this is what we discuss here in Brussels. We discuss it in different ways. One is, for example, I am from a rural area, and in my opinion, you need cars in the future too. It's not easy to go by public transportation to work every morning. It's not easy if you have a child like me. I have 3 childs. If you need a doctor on Sunday evening in rural areas to the doctor or to the hospital, and all the questions we have to discuss. So I think in the future we need cars. If you live in rural areas and you have to use public transportation, sometimes you drive with a bus and you are the only one inside the bus. In my rural area where I come from, in my home country, for example, kind of taxi. Yeah, if you on Sunday you do not need a big bus, you need only a small car, and if someone needs this bus or this car, you can call and say, okay, I need at 2 p.m. A bus, and they say, oh, cool, we send you a taxi, and this is not so expensive and it's cheaper. And this is one idea. Another idea is we combine it in rural areas with the transportation system for schools. So it's no problem if we have 20 or 30 kids in the bus and 5 adults. Alžběta, to answer your question, you do not make a mistake if you buy a car now, and you do not make a mistake if you not buy an electrical car, because you will have fun with your car a lot of years, because it's not a problem to drive a normal car. I am an engineer. I worked more than 10 years in the automotive sector for a supplier, not for a big OEM. I worked for a supplier, and I know that the cars you can buy today, 2024, these cars, not only the electrical cars, all the cars are on the highest level where you can buy for the environment things, and it's not a problem to filter all the CO2 and so on. You cannot compare these cars from at the moment to the cars who are more than 20 years old. This is completely different, and so you not to feel guilty if you buy a car. The future, in 10 years, in 15 years, maybe then it's much easier to drive with an electrical car, because I think in this time then we have the infrastructure, we have a lot of cars who are not so expensive, and we can buy an electrical car in rural areas as well. We can drive this in big cities, and so this is what we discuss in the parliament, what we discuss in the committee of the region, what we discuss in several other meetings, and so that is not only my job. This is the job of a lot of people here in Brussels, and so we do the best we can for the citizens of the European Union.
This was European Citizens Ask, a podcast by the European Committee of the Regions, the Assembly of Regional and Local Representatives, with Sven Schulze, Minister for Economic Affairs, Tourism, Agriculture and Forestry of the Federal State of Saxony-Anhalt. You too can post your questions about how Europe works at local level, or share the good practices you see at home. Together, let's shape the future of Europe from the ground up.